Pembroke Pines. Buy a new Subaru today with financing as low as 0% APR or lease a new Crosstrek for just $158 a month. Shop SPPLove.com.
For over 16 years, EJDConstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDConstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDConstruction.com.
There's just one place to enjoy your Acura Summer of Performance event, Acura of Pembroke Pines. So hit the road in the new ADX, $289 a month. Acura of Pembroke Pines, the #1 volume Acura dealer.
This is the Big O Show. 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 This is.
When presenting an award to an employee, athlete, executive, or fantasy GM, make sure you call Orvieto's Awards and More. For 35 years, these custom award specialists have been providing plaques, trophies, custom framing, while providing state-of-the-art laser and computerized engraving, UV printing, and glass crystal etching. They do all their engraving and printing in-house for quality control. Call Charles at 305-949-8098 or visit them at orvietosawards.com. Orvieto's Awards and More, where recognition is rewarding.
Set the rhythm of your smart home with Sloman Shield Blink, the new integrated smart home platform that automates your life just the way you want it. Sloman Shield Blink, be the maestro of your own home.
When it comes to your smile, confidence is so important. At Moody S Dental, they provide the services to get your smile back. This family-run practice prides itself by offering the latest technology to give your family the best experience possible. Moody S Dental has been in business for over 30 years with offices in Hialeah and Plantation. They accept most major dental insurances. They provide free new patient exams, 20% off select treatments. To qualify, please follow us on Instagram at moodys.dental. Moody S Dental has been in business for over 30 years. To schedule an appointment in Hialeah, call 305-821-0231 and Plantation 954-692-6825. From Invisaligns, dental implants, same-day crowns, and the preventative care and preservation to get your smile back. Go to moodysdental.com to find out more and tell them Big O sent you.
If you're looking to take your home or business to the next level, then RM Contractors can assist you. RM specializes in new residential turnkey, new commercial turnkey, home and office remodeling. Call them for free estimates. Serving all of South Florida, licensed and insured. Call Ray, 305-345-3649. You work hard to create the perfect atmosphere. You dream it, we'll build it. RM Contractors, 305-345-3649 or Instagram at RMC Fisher Island.
Hi, this is Jeff, formerly of Welton Rayon, PA, a longtime sponsor of the Big O Show. Now that Dan retired, I opened Welton Associates. I started this firm with a simple belief. When you hire a lawyer, you should be able to talk to your lawyer. For nearly 30 years, I have helped Floridians through serious legal problems. At my firm, you get direct access to me, clear communication, and a lawyer who knows the details of your case. I believe technology should make legal representation easier, not more impersonal. At Welton Associates, you get direct access to me, clear answers, personal attention, and real advocacy. Look us up at weltlawfirm.com or give me a call at 954-966-4646. Consultations are always free. And let me know that you found me at the Big O Show.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
Come on in to Toyota of Hollywood, where curiosity and extraordinary deals await you. Your golden ticket buys a 2025 Corolla, not $26,000, $17,988. And we've got sweet deals with 0% financing for 72 months, 0 down. Enter our world of wonder, and we'll show you why we're the #1 volume Toyota dealer. Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
The viewpoint, statements, or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website.
All right. Welcome aboard. Let me see. I think I got to center it just a little bit more. There we go. Welcome. Good afternoon, good morning, good middle of the night. All depends. I get messages from all over the world, so it all depends. Different time zones, and we appreciate all of you for tuning in and keeping up with your South Florida sports. That's what we're here for. Sad day today too. We gotta talk about that. It's a sad day today. I'm telling you, it's just something that we'll have to discuss. But there's a lot of other stuff going on, sports wise. The sad stuff is not sports, but just it's sad. It's the passing of something enormous. Apologies for the late arrival. Normally we start off around 1 o'clock here at Hialeah Park, but we got caught by the train. There was a whole line to make the turn where I would avoid the train. I go, I'll gamble. I won't get caught by it. Not only did I get caught by it, it was actually stalled. And Hialeah is one of those cities that still has one of those big, giant-ass trains going right through it, cargo trains. And it's like, 100 cars deep and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So if you get caught in it, I hope you brought a sandwich. Hope you packed a lunch. If you're LA, if you're what's it called, Mr. Dodger, what's his name? If you're out there, you get caught. I hope you have a big fat one to keep you busy. Or if it's NorCal, somebody like that, uh, that would help you out. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe you've got a really good album you want to listen to. Well, here's your chance to listen to that album. So I had to try to outrace it and go around it, and finally I did because I just can't sit there and wait for it, and it was stalled. A stalled big ass train. Yeah, that no. So I just kept driving until I looked and okay, no train now. I can cross over and go back to Hialeah. Oh man, the problem is that by the time the train ends, you're in another county, and it's a joke. One end of the train, you're on the other side of the state. The other end of the train, you're on the other side of another county. It's just like what are we in the 60s, 40s, 30s? What are we doing here? That kind of stuff. But Hialeah is still that city that has the big ass train going right through it. Some of you live in part like where I live. Oh man, there's no chance. There's no train tracks. There's no nothing. We'll never get caught by a train. But in Hialeah, yeah, it's still a throughway, as they say, for the trains. But anyway, welcome aboard. Do we have good audio? Audio working well? Huh? We're good? We're good? All right. I think we fixed also the second mic issue that I've been having overall. You live, you learn, you kind of figure it all out. So it was really all about browsers, no matter what I tried. But we'll see when Steve gets here. We'll see if my engineering skills and my wife, by the way, helping out get it done because I'm doing something that even Sean hasn't done. So I can't even lean on him for that. So I had to, YouTube it, figure it out, all that kind of stuff. So it's crazy, but it's good because as I live and learn through all of this, the show can be more mobile, which is what I intended, which I've been talking about it for years. That eventually it'll be a mobile show. That I will not be in South Florida all the time. I'm going to be in other places. I intend to do that, and I have to learn how to do all this on my own. It's one of those things. In a way, it all works out for both me and Sean, because he gets to get a better gig overall to take care of his family, which is number one. And two, this allows me and it forces me to grow a little bit and be a little bit more self-sufficient, which is kind of what it is. Not that you guys give a shit about that, but anyways, that's kind of what it is. So that's why you're also growing with me to another extent when it comes to the show. Anyway, thank you all out there. Appreciate it. Don't forget, smash the hell out of the like button. That's a great way to support the show. You get the algorithms going, all that kind of stuff. You can make a donation to the show, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Send in your questions, comments, insults, whatever it is you want. We've got them for you here. You can use the QR codes that we're posting there. Jeff says everything is good. Pick and sound. Well, I don't know about the pick. This, I don't know. It's nice of you, Jeff. It's really nice, but yeah. But thank you. It's very kind of you. Very, very kind. Let's get to our 3A Graphix Sports Calendar. And we start off with the Miami Dolphins. Lots of news. Sealer and Kenneth Grant are week to week, but Chris Bell is back on the field. Now, he's got a ways to go still, as Half said, but I'm sure they're going to start easing him in. He will not play at all or practice against the Giants this week. we'll see how it all advances. Trader, by the way, is back on a limited basis, but he also left the practice field for a moment too, so that's not good. A guy that I absolutely love that they picked up in street free agency. The problem, as I mentioned many, many times, is he has to stay healthy. Mason Rieger did not stay healthy. They cut him. Ronnie Harrison, the linebacker, is now day to day. They signed Edge Seth Coleman Lyles, brought him back for cutting Rieger's spot. Juju Brent, by the way, is back practicing. But Robert Beal, Clendon Ferrell, Ben Sims, Kevin Coleman Jr., Quinn Ewers, Brooks, and are all out, by the way. All of them are out. They are not practicing. All right? So that sucks right there. So you got a bunch of guys missing practice as they get ready for it. Maybe they're also getting them, some of those guys maybe might come back for the practice this week. We'll see. I don't know. But we'll find out if it happens. Remember, they scrimmage on Thursday. We'll get Furones after the practice on Thursday. Then Saturday night, yes, we'll do another quick post-game show on Saturday night. We'll get Furones after on Saturday night. The following week, I'm taking it off. Okay? Taking it off. Now, if somehow or another, by some crazy ass shit out there that Oscar Rojas has been talking about, that Chris Bell is going to play or plays that day, maybe I'll talk after that. Maybe. That's about it. The only thing that will get me to talk after that third preseason game is Chris Bell running a couple routes. That's really the only way that this flies, to be quite honest. But anyway, so we got that going on. And what else? Inter Miami on Wednesday, 7:30, they will take on Philadelphia. Malik Renault could be coming back to the University of Miami basketball team as they await a court, which it seems that they're going to win because they always win. So looks like Malik Renault, who was a big part of that team last year, could be coming back. The Colts signed Keenan Allen, the wide receiver, to a one-year deal worth $8.3 million. And the Ravens, they lose O.J. Brigance, who was a big part of their franchise for a long time and a player, but he was also a Miami Dolphin for his first few years. I got to know him. Class act, rest in peace. Passes away at the age of 56 years old, and he fought ALS for 19 years. A beautiful human being that did not deserve this kind of an end. That's what I can tell you. That's your 3A Graphix Sports Calendar. And if you're looking for custom printing and embroidery, 786-618-1443. Reach out to my guy, Alan Blanco. Great people, man. I'll take care of you. Anywhere in the country, we've had listeners, owners of businesses, and parts of groups and things like that, because the number one thing that people have done is they've ordered shirts, like 50, 100, 300, whatever it is, for field trips, for parties, picnics, whatever it is where you want a big group of people and you all want to be dressed the same. That's kind of been one of the things. You can do all of that. You do all of that through Zoom and email anyways. They'll send you the sample. You approve it. They ship it to you right away. That's what's happened many, many times. Alan Blanco, good people, custom printing and embroidery. Give them a ring, 786-618-1443. All right. What else? Let's do a little roll call here. I see Jay Bird out there. He's smashing it and loving it and waiting for the Canes. NorCal is twisting it up. See what I mean? He would be good to be stuck in that train. Think Blue Dodgers, NorCal, people like that would be perfect being stuck for a train that'll take you a half hour, 45 minutes, whatever it is. Jamie Zorria in San Jose, Lenny Pena, Idleman out in Castle Rock, Washington. Yep, Rieger was waived injured. Yep. You got to take a chance. Look, when just in case if people, oh, well, the Rieger guy is injury prone. And then what was the other guy that they signed? Oh, Jamari Sawyer, who was a sack of injuries before he got. But look, man, when you don't have your cap at 100%, 90, 85% or something, and you're down to 38, you're going to have to take all kinds of risks and take chances on things that there's no downside to it. Mason Rieger didn't work out. You let him go, you move on. If he clears waivers, maybe you can bring him back, stash him on the practice squad, whatever, if you want to try to develop him. He's got talent, but you got to take that chance. Sawyer's got experience playing multiple positions. You got to take that chance. Injured, whatever. What are you gonna do? But this is kind of the way it is this season. It's going to be a really rough one, and they're going to be turning over the back end of that roster all throughout the year. This is where we're at. This is part of a rebuilding process right now. You got to go cheap. You're not spending money. You're not the Cowboys buying Von Miller to help you out. You're not the Colts buying Keenan Allen. That's not what they're going to do. They're not going to spend money on real veteran free agents that could help them out a little bit more. They're not going to do that. They're not going to keep mortgaging the future or anything like that. They have what they have under the cap and what they're going to use, and I commend them for it. You've got to take that. You've got to rip that Band-Aid off. And nobody's really done it all in one season. Everybody always stretches it out for multiple seasons. This time, these guys just did it all in one fell swoop because you don't want it hanging over your head. This gives you a clean start next year when it comes to money pretty much. Well, there'll be some left over still, but it's minimal compared to what you have now. And then you can just move on. And it gives you a better fighting chance. This year is a mulligan. Then take advantage of it. Try to find as many cheap players that can play in your league as possible, because those are the people you're going to keep around and control for several years before you have to pay them, and they can get you to that first level of success. That's the idea here. Hopefully you inherited some from last year or the year before. Hopefully you added some this year, and then you move on and build a foundation from there on out. That's what this plan is. So when you see the Mason Riegers or some of those other guys, it's cool. That's going to happen, man. That's normal in this process. Let me see. By the way, we are here at Hialeah Park. I'm in the first floor giving away a Mercedes. They got all the slot machines out here. They've got TVs. So you're watching any highlights going on from any or games that are on, that kind of stuff. So you're going to stay within the action. It's a non-smoking casino. They've got smoking hot slots outside. It's under roof and everything. It's got ventilation. It's got these killer fans and all that. But you could take your vape pipe, your cigar, your cigarette, or whatever, and go out there and enjoy. But in here, nobody's going to be blowing smoke in your face. So that's cool. And then you got the ladies serving drinks. You've got Vicky's Bakery. You've got restaurants. We're at the Flamingo Lounge, where we've got TVs and the ladies serving you drinks, which is a beautiful thing. They got bingo later. So I think bingo's like at 4 o'clock or something like that. All kinds of stuff. So come on out here, Hialeah Park, on weekends, Fridays and Saturdays. Got DJs. They got all kinds of stuff. And they're growing, as you heard, Steve. They're going to build a hotel, and it's going to have what's it called, like a ballroom for performances and all that kind of stuff. So look, and a rooftop bar. That's really smart, because that's really in is rooftop bars. That is a really, really cool thing. So we'll see. All right, Duck Dog, I see, is there. Oscar Rojas, Stephen Harris, Kyle Lewis getting reps at safety. Yep, he'll be all over the place. Big Johnson, Jeff in Long Island, Skylar Tipton, John Padilla, Nyborg, Kosa, True Fin Fan. Let's see. Stephen Harris says those 8-mile long trains are frustrating, especially in downtown Fort Lauderdale. Yeah, dude. Terrible. Hialeah is notorious for it, dude. You will get nailed in Hialeah for it. That's for sure. Ocala Joe, thank you for the love on Cash App, sir. Appreciate you. Says, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Well, yeah, that test is going on right now for me, my brother. But thank you, my friend. I appreciate you. Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. And Bitcoin is up 1% to 64,788, trying to flirt with 65. As for the markets, well, the Dow is down 99 points. The S&P is down 43. The NASDAQ is up a point. And SpaceX is down about a point. How much? To $145. All right. Let's see. Any employer that won't let you listen to the Big O Show while on the clock is no good. Find a new job. Tim Zappa says, Big O, I'm envisioning Bell being our version of Anquan Bolden. Fins up. Yeah. A little bit more, I think a little bit more athletic. He's got a little bit more speed than Anquan, actually. That's what I think. He's got a slightly better gear than Anquan overall. But, yeah, no doubt, dude. Absolute stud. I can't wait for him. That was when I saw they got him in the third round, I was extremely happy because that's the guy that you had that has potential to be a number one. And if Douglas can develop, then all of a sudden you've got a 1-2 punch, and then Washington and Coleman can fight it out for that slot position, number 3, number 4, something along those lines. Rob in. Thank you, Rob. Brett Dodger, Big O. It's better to rebuild than to do the same old year after year. If it's done properly, the short-term pain is worth the longer-term gain, sort of like the stock market, LOL. Yes, I agree. If it's done right, that's what I've been saying. If they do the right things in years 1 and 2, then years 3 and 4 become very fruitful. That's kind of the idea, but we won't know until it actually happens. That's the thing. When they finally get to that point in years 3 and 4, then we'll know, okay, we're there. Although by next year, we should know if we're headed in the right direction. This year, we'll get some kind of a feel, but not really. It's next year where by the end of that year, we're going to know, oh, wow, year 3 is going to be pretty cool because you could be challenging for a playoff spot or something like that. Then you've done the right things in years 1 and 2, especially finding a quarterback besides building a team. John Harbaugh is not a good coach. All he does is choke in big moments. So far, he has not gotten it done, right? Yeah. We'll see if he gets it done when John Harbaugh is I'm thinking Jim. John has, because he got it done with Baltimore. Jim has. That's the guy that I was thinking. Hasn't gotten it done in the big moments in the NFL. John did, actually. He got it done. And he didn't get it done with like an elite quarterback either. And by the way, the defense wasn't elite either. That Ravens defense, Ray Lewis was already a little old, a little long on the tooth. At that point, he was making tackles 4 and 5 yards downfield. Yeah, that actually was an impressive championship for John Harbaugh. Jim Harbaugh is the one that I was thinking of with your comment, actually. If you see that CXX train with 3 or 4 locomotives on the front, put it in park and crank the tunes. Amen. Yeah, that's exactly it, dude. Crazy. Used to love trains as a kid. Let's see, Rick. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate the love. Every time you tell the truth, Devontae Parker pulls a hamstring. And Basketball Jones in. Uh, Please, Canes basketball petition NCAA to Constantine Popa. 1 more year of eligibility. Anyway, so we'll see what happens overall. One of the things that I did want to talk about before I get into a little sports, today's a sad day. And I figured that I would wear something in honor of it. And for those of you that don't know what's going on, now if you're young, you'll have no idea. You can find out because it's something really funny. If you're young, you're going to go, this sucks that I wasn't a part of this because you didn't get a chance to do this. So back in the day, there was this thing called Columbia House. And you literally would send a penny plus shipping was like less than $2, like $1.85 or $1.60 or something like that. And they would send you 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, depending on how old you are. It was 8-tracks, it was albums, it was cassettes, it was CDs. Depends. And towards the end, BMG got in the mix too. Their offers weren't as big as Columbia's, but you would get, I remember like 6, 8 of them or something for a penny plus the shipping and all that kind of stuff. And it was called Columbia House. So I had no idea about this. I thought Columbia House was already dead in the water. So Columbia House, the subscription-based mail-order music club, has quietly announced it's shutting down. I'm like, wait a minute. What do you mean shutting down? So after September 15th, Columbia House will no longer be accepting new orders. Noted a message on the company's website. You can still purchase books with your credit cards or cash. With your credit cards or credit as normal. Columbia House was originally launched back in '55 by Columbia Records, designed as a way to reach music lovers in rural or suburban areas that often don't have record stores. The Columbia House concept was simple yet revolutionary. Customers could order records by mail and have them delivered directly to their home. Membership often came with promotional discounts as long as the subscriber promised to purchase a minimum number of full-price records within the first year, which, by the way, they were so overpriced. That's how they made their money back. Anyway, the groundbreaking model proved successful as Columbia House quickly racked up subscribers as the brand's popularity grew and continued to push into new formats. Columbia House rode the wave from vinyl to cassettes into CDs, somehow seeming to get bigger with each evolution. Where did things go wrong? All right, by the mid-90s, it boasted more than 16 million members and was a significant force in the music industry. And it was accounting for 15% of the CD sales in America. Many fans remember this era of Columbia House the best, as the company regularly offered new subscribers 10 CDs for just 1 penny when they signed up. However, after successfully surviving many new changes in the music industry, Columbia House proved unable to handle the digital revolution. A failed merger with CD Now in '99 foreshadowed the future struggles. By 2001, Columbia House imprint and music sales market was half of what it was just 5 years prior. The rise of file-sharing sites like Napster and LimeWire only added fuel to Columbia House's demise. After a series of ownership changes, Columbia House filed for bankruptcy in 2015. The company stopped selling music entirely, instead focusing on DVDs and Blu-rays. Though the company was often criticized for its business practices, including a reputation for making it difficult for customers to cancel its memberships, it remained a nostalgic icon for generations of music lovers. And how many of you would admit that you still have a few of those CDs in your collection? So I figured today, in honor I would wear my shirt. Yeah, no. I got this shirt a little bit ago, but I had just worn it recently. So it was going to go back into the rotation and stay there for a while. But I ran into this story today. And in honor of Columbia House, I had to display the shirt one more time. I mean, it's important. You know what I'm saying? How many of you have it? Huh? How many of you older folks out there still have a few CDs in your collection from Columbia or cassettes? If you have 8 tracks, you should have sold them for money already. Oh, man. Anthony Cal Campos, thank you, sir, for the love on the super chat. He says, Sacro Kings at this point win a title before the Sharks. Okay. Okay, I don't know what that means, but Sacramento Kings before the Sharks, like San Jose Sharks. Oh, that's right. You're out west. Okay, I see. All right. Jeff says, wow, they were still in business. Oh, my God. Right. I had no idea. When I saw that story today, I was like, Columbia House is still in business? Shouldn't I be hiding? By the way, the easiest way to cancel your membership with Columbia, never send it under your name. I had a friend of mine that there was a neighbor that was home always super late, 6, 7 o'clock, always. This is in the era of the 8 tracks. So he goes, oh, that's it. I'm going to order to her house. So this was, now that I know what a porch pirate is, he was a porch pirate before porch pirates ever existed back in the 70s. He would order 8 tracks, and he did like 4 or 5 different ones to her house. Lady lived alone. She just worked all day. I guess she probably went to work a little later because we were in school, and then she would come back later. So the mail would get there, and it would just sit there. And the box of 8 tracks did not fit in most mailboxes. If those of you that are old enough, you know what I'm talking about. Like if you had a nice wide one, then maybe they can stick it in there. If not, they'd leave it right there on the side of the steps or whatever. And sure enough, my buddy would go and porch pirate the bitch. There are no cameras. There's no digital imprint. There's no nothing. You know what I mean? In fact, her doorway was away from the street. It was like deep in, because there was like a parking space and trees and all that kind of stuff. So you really couldn't even tell. After, like the mailman could walk in and kind of like disappear for a couple seconds, drop off the package, and then kind of reappear. So you had no idea what was there or not, except, of course, he's bike riding and he's like a vulture, right? Because it's whatever, 5, 6, 7 weeks. So he would order it, and he'd know, okay, in a couple of weeks I got to start, circling like crazy during the thing. And he grew his collection thanks to her. She was probably pissed off going, why am I getting all this mail and all that? And she probably got the free month one because you had to send the card back. If you didn't want it, you had to send it back. Because they would tell you, hey, this month is the featured, we'll send it to you. And if you didn't send the card back that you didn't want it, it was like free postage or whatever. But if you didn't send it back, they'd send it to you. I think that's how it went. So She probably got nailed with all the first month ones and then got nailed with the bills and all that kind of stuff. But she didn't have to pay for it because it wasn't really under her name either. So that was the key in Columbia House. You order it, but you order it with a fictitious name. That's it. That's all. And nobody gets in trouble, and you grow your collection. Kids, you missed out. What can I tell you? You lose. You snoozed. Like you were permanently snoozed until you were born, and then you lost. That's it. Beast Mode says, I still have. You see what I'm saying? Nyborg loves the shirt. Thank you, sir. Brett says, I still have some CDs. LOL. I knew it. I know that there's a bunch of us out there that still have Columbia House, and you have BMG, you bastards. You have BMG, you liars. Okay? Those of you that have Columbia House CDs, I would say half of you also expanded your greed and went into BMG. Come on. Come on. Admit it. You got some BMGers there too. Lenny says, I remember getting those Columbia House offers via the mail back in the day. So you just got the offers, you never took advantage? David says, I certainly do have cassettes in my closet. Wow. Columbia House, 1.5 billion in sales, but by 2015 it was just 17 million. Crazy, right? Yeah, digital, man. Everything evolves and everything changes in life. That's kind of the way it goes. And you have to adjust with it. And if not, then you get left behind. It's funny because like Sears, when we were young, they were way ahead of their time. The Sears catalog was the internet before the internet. It was an internet toy store. It had everything else too. But you could order literally anything and it was shipped to you in the Sears catalog. Or you would pick it up at the store. One of the two. Sears is gone now. But why didn't they evolve and take the second the internet came in the 90s, why didn't they just put their product on the internet right from there? They would have been monsters. They would have grown from there instead. They went backwards because they didn't adjust. You have to adjust. I remember when we were, as reporters, we were with cassettes, Marantz cassette decks. And I went on my own and bought a digital recorder. I was the first guy on any beat that was walking around with a digital recorder always. Until a lot of the people waited for their outlets to buy it for them. For me, I just bought it on my own because I wanted it to sound better. Plus, it was more convenient. It was easier to carry. All those kind of things. Adjust or die, man. That's life. By the way, use our code BIGO10. You will get 10% off at Caneswear. Go say hi to everybody at Brett, Jeff, Jack, all those guys out there, man. They know how to get it done. Good people. And you can order online. Use our code online, BIGO10. You will get 10% off. In person, BIGO10. You will get 10% off. Online, by the way, if you order over $99, you'll get free shipping. They've got Canes, Dolphins, Marlins, Panthers, Inter Miami, and Miami Heat gear. They're at Caneswear. They got it all. And tell them that I sent you. Good people out there. We'll be, by the way, at Subaru of Pembroke Pines on Wednesday, tomorrow, at 11 a.m. So come on out there, 16100 Pines Boulevard. Alan is good people, man. Good people. Anthony Kyle Campos, talking to Hialeah Casino, putting you in a corner. Where's the TVs in the background? It's actually better that way, Anthony, because there's no chance that YouTube's going to tag me. What I got to do is have them bring the banner and put the banner in the back. That's what we need, actually. We got to put the banner. That would help out. And thank you, my brother. I appreciate you. Thank you for the super chat. Very kind of you, my friend. Very kind of you. Very, very generous. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The amazing Ho Yoon. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Too kind. On Venmo. And as always, classic Ho Yoon. He just puts, have a nice day. You're the best. Have a great day. Thank you, Ho Yoon. Blessings, my brother. I appreciate your support. Thank you. Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That's Cash Big O Show. Great memories, Big O. I used to order cassettes. They fitted better in the mailboxes. Yes, yes, yes. Amen. Yes, and the BMG is stamped on the case. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. That's a very good point. Because if you somebody tells you, yeah, I have BMG CDs, you got to say, all right, let me see it. Because BMG did something Columbia House didn't do. BMG put the BMG thing, no matter what CD you got from them. Columbia House, no, you got the CDs, and if it was made by another company, it had it on there. But BMG CDs all came with that logo behind it in the corner. I remember the back corner. Yeah. Yeah, I probably could go home and find a few BMG. Oh, I'm sorry. Anyways, yeah. What about service merchandise? Yeah, no, of course. But I mean, this is something completely different. But yeah, service merchandise, kind of like in the Sears mold, they could have done stuff like that. They were way ahead of their time. Sears, way ahead. They could have easily transitioned into the internet in the mid 90s when that happened if they were smart. They would have been absolute monsters. They would have immediately become an Amazon. Sears had everything. It didn't matter what you wanted. You wanted camping gear, you wanted tires and accessories, you wanted clothes, you wanted electronics, you wanted hardware, like Sears had everything. And the stupid catalog had everything and more on it because it had all the stuff that couldn't fit in the damn store. Yeah, they really, like, that's one business that it was set up for them to be in the internet, and they like completely dropped the ball. They would have kicked everyone's ass, and they would have been able to establish themselves, and they would have been a monster right now. Sears would have been a household name still, like it was when I was young, because they were 8 steps of everybody ahead of them, and then when everybody caught up and passed them, they like stayed there going like, you know what it reminds me of? I wanted to talk about this today a little bit. That it kind of, and I've talked about this with Warren Buffett, and this goes to sports. It's just an analogy. And Warren Buffett never has been a Bitcoin guy. He now has kind of actually eased up on it, I guess, but it's not like he's going in on it. But why? Because he's freaking 90. He doesn't need it anymore. He's made. He's done things his way. And his way has paid off immensely. And when you do things the way you're set and you have success, you feel like you don't have to change. Sears felt that way. They were dominating. They had a catalog that was, no one had it. No one had the cachet, the balls, the name that Sears had in those days to do that. And it reminds me a lot of Pat Riley. Because Pat Riley refuses to change. And his way brought you 3 titles, many trips to the finals, many trips to the conference finals. And that's why he sat there at the podium and said, yeah, the day they asked me to tank, yeah, that's the last day that I'm quitting. I'm leaving. Why? He's too old. He's already done it his way. He's Sears. He's Warren Buffett. He's already made money the old-fashioned way. Why would he want to adjust to what's coming, to what the future is? That would make no sense for him at this point because he's not really going to be around that much to enjoy those fruits of that labor down the line. So it's understandable. It's super understandable. In Pat Riley's case and in Sears' case, it's not. Why? Because the heat will continue. And yeah, the Giannis moves looks like a really nice move on the surface of it. But if you look at it, it's not really a good team that's around them. They're not really a championship contender. This is just desperation to be, what's that called? Relevant. That's all. And why? Because you're stuck in your ways. Because your ways have worked. If the ways have worked, we don't change. And Sears didn't change and fell by the wayside. Pat Riley hasn't changed, and look at the results the last few years since LeBron left. And the aprons have changed everything. You got to adjust in life, man, to whatever is going on, whatever you're doing in life, because there's going to be change. We have AI now. Lots of people are losing their jobs, and this is the bad part about AI. But at the same time, as time goes on, a lot of jobs will be created too. It just takes time, and then people have to adjust and find another career, find another way. I did radio for many years, but I knew that this was the future. Platforming. That's the way to go. You adjust or die. That's the way it goes in life. In anything that you do, there's going to be some change at one point or another. And you're not going to have as many trains. We have them here in Hialeah, but I don't have them in West Kendall. But we used to have them everywhere. Times are changing. And this happens. And it just kind of reminds me that Pat Riley is a lot like Warren Buffett, but maybe more like Sears. Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Cash App or Venmo. You get another host to weave in Sears, Warren Buffett, and Pat Riley all in the same time type of story. You go ahead and try to find that somewhere locally. Let's see. Green stamps, yes, definitely. Pat in Asheville, life pro tip. Best way to cancel anything when you finally get someone on the line, say, I go to prison this week, instantly cancel my DirecTV account. That way they lost NFL Sunday ticket. Oh, that's funny. Never thought of that one. It's a good one. My first Dolphins jacket for Christmas, thanks to the Sears catalog. Right? You know? Just like Blockbuster, they were laughing at Netflix at the beginning, but look who's laughing now. And they had it right there and then in front of them to make the same switch that Sears could have made. They had all the products. They had a store chain. They could have made that transition also, and they failed to do it. I agree. Yep. Sears was a powerhouse. Now they have Primarks as anchor stores. Big O, I got a signed Merino football in '92 from Service Merchandise. We were so poor, says Pat, growing up. How poor were you? I played with the Sears catalog. So many fantasies about getting those kids' Dolphins uniforms looking at that page. That is true, right? You did. There was a level of jealousy when you looked at the Sears catalog and you didn't have something and you wanted something that kid had, and he's smiling and all. Yeah. I remember that. Yeah, I remember that feeling. I just drove by the old Columbia House building this morning. My dad actually worked there when I was little back in the 80s. Terre Haute, Indiana. It's now a furniture warehouse. Wow. That is awesome. Thank you for that nugget. That is pretty cool. That is very, very cool. By the way, Bitcoin farting around 64 plus, trying to get to 65. Right now it's at 64,636. We do have some Bitcoin news, and we thank our guys at R&M Contractors. Citibank is now confirming Bitcoin custody launch here in 2026, and it'll be for institutional customers only. I remember I told you the Clarity Act is really more for crypto, not Bitcoin. Bitcoin is not crypto, by the way. Bitcoin is Bitcoin, crypto is crypto. Okay? It's completely different. So once you study it, you'll learn it, and eventually everybody will understand this like it's the back of their hands, because they'll have to, but that time will come. But that's why I keep telling you, and I'm telling you, by the end of September, early October, we're going to be in an explosive run to the end of the year and through the beginning of next year. 10-year bonds rose to 4.75, highest in over a year and a half now. 30-year Treasury yield is now at 5.31. It's the highest since 2007, year before the crisis, or the year of the crisis, actually, because it started really in 07. And it's coming. And by the way, Citibank just posted a couple of days ago. They have Bitcoin going to 189,000 by the end of the year. I told you over 100,000. They got it at 189,000. Nothing stops this train. Clarity or no clarity, it does not matter. At the amount of printing that the government is doing, it won't matter. We thank our friends at R&M Contractors. They sponsor all of our Bitcoin and crypto segments. And reach out to Ray or Mike, 305-345-3649 for complete remodels, kitchen upgrades, waterproofing your terrace, balcony, flood test report. All of this is good for the insurance, by the way. It saves you money, too. Impact windows, door installations, saves you money, too. Reach out to them if you want to see how exceptional their work is. Go to their Instagram page, RMC Fisher Island. That's RMC Fisher Island. Whatever it is you need to do, redo your kitchen, your bathroom. You want to do a sauna, you want to do a jacuzzi, whatever it is. You want to build a second floor to your house, third floor to your house. You name it, Ray and Mike can do it. 305-345-3649. Very true. They had the niche of everyone was always looking forward to the Sears. Oh, yeah, dude. The Sears catalog was like, it was like if you got a present just to watch it was a present. Just to view it was a pleasure. That's it. And if you didn't get it and your neighbor got it, your friend got it, you wanted to take a look. For sure. You could spend a while looking at the Sears catalog back in the day. Let's see. Big O, do you think that Bitcoin resurgence will recover and surpass the 43% loss? Oh, yeah, dude. Yes. I don't worry about all of that. We're right now in the 16,000 zone. We've been here for months. This has been the bottom for months. Like we were in 16,000 years ago. We went down 54%. All of the drawdowns back in the past have been 70, 80, 90%. So the drawdown's less. We're going to pump to Kingdom Come, and then we'll have a retracement to 130, 140, 120 or something like that, and we'll sit there for a little bit, and that'll be the bottom again. And it'll be up to people, to get on board if they want to or not. But this train will just continue to grow and grow and grow. That's all. The worst part is what I've said for a while. It's all about education. Most people don't understand what's going on with our money. They don't really know what Democrats and Republicans do every 4 years as they change office, or 8 if you stick them in there, and all the damage they've done. They have no idea. They don't really get it. They don't really understand it. And then they point at Costco and Amazon and blame them for the inflation. And the inflation comes from the White House. So when they understand the finite nature of Bitcoin, then it's really simple. Here's the way I would explain in the easiest terms to people out there. What is value nowadays? What are they fighting for everywhere in the world? Energy, oil, solar, wind. Their energy is money, everything. Well, it takes energy to mine Bitcoin. It takes energy to deliver Bitcoin. It takes energy to use Bitcoin. And it requires miners. It requires validators. And they're all getting paid for it. And it takes a certain amount of energy, somewhere in the high 50,000s, I want to say, or mid 50,000s. It takes you like 50 something thousand, almost $60,000 of energy to create a Bitcoin. So it's worth more than the dollar, because the dollar is worthless. All they do is reprint it, and multiply it. And as you all know, if you own a Marino card, a Hank Aaron card, a Michael Jordan card, an Otani card that Topps made, and there's only 500 of them, that's worth a lot of money, right? But if it's the same card, same players I talked about, and it's 5 million, do you think that card's going to be worth than the one that's only 500? Probably not, right? Well, there's only 21 million Bitcoin, and no more can be mined. Energy is value in this world. Whether it's a data center, whether it's a nuclear power plant, whether it is mining, whether it is solar, whatever it is, energy is money. Energy is value. Bitcoin is the energy money of the world. It has value, and it's worth something to everyone that uses it, because everyone cashes in on it in the process, unlike the dollar that gets watered down and you lose out. That's why Bitcoin started at 8 digits behind a penny, and it's here in the mid 60s. And the dollar has lost 96% of its total value since 1911. So one just loses value every day, and you can see it in your bank account. You can see it how you buy less. The other one grows as time goes on. It's simple math. It's also a different world that we're living in. Adjust or die. Did I not start with that stuff? Adjust or die. So that's the easiest way that I can explain it, that Bitcoin is valuable because it takes a lot of people to produce it. It takes a lot of people for it to work. It's a network. It's the most powerful network that there is in the world at this point in time. There is no computer more powerful than Bitcoin. And that's energy, that's value. And that's where people have to understand, that's where we're going in. We're going into this world where everything is powered by some level of energy, and that's going to be value. People are now storing energy in their homes by being able to download it and create it from the sun or wind or air or whatever it is, and they're selling it back to their cities and the states. There's value in it. And that's the simplest way I can explain it to you, that it creates value where there is no value in any currency in the world, because it can be manipulated, it can be devalued. And it can be also imprisoned, because they can take it away from you, where with Bitcoin they can't. You got it in your own wallet, nobody can touch it. There you go. I hope that helped out. Is there any way we can shut down the government money printing press? No. When Elizabeth Warren and Trump are agreeing to lift the debt ceiling, and we keep putting the worst people in government constantly, Trump and Biden. Look right now in Florida, Jolly and Donalds. That's trash and trash. Like, really, that's that as a Floridian, that's what I have to pick from? Does not matter, Brett. They're all sold, and they're all going to go to their own. They only care about themselves, man. They don't care about us. That's just kind of the way it is. You used to be able to order a whole house building kit from the Sears catalog. Yeah, dude, it's crazy, man. Sears catalog has been impressive. All right, so we've got Sealer week to week now with the Dolphins. We got Grant week to week. One of the things that is kind of rearing its ugly head, and ladies and gentlemen, we haven't started playing real football yet, where you're playing for 4 quarters and you're hitting, and then all of a sudden you got another game next week and another game next week, and bodies will go down. You know it. You all are smart people that are watching this show. You're hardcore. You get it. This is one of the things that I just want to prepare you. Okay, this is a good example of why it's going to be a long season, because they don't have a lot of talent and they don't have a lot of guys that they can count on. And some of those guys, they're human beings. They're going to miss some time. They're going to have some kind of an injury. Look at Sealer. Now you want to be. I told you wouldn't see him for the rest of the preseason, right? So now you want him ready for the regular season, because you desperately need him to be there, because you still don't know. Look at Grant. He hasn't turned the corner, and he's also dealing with injuries. And we put a lot of expectations on Biggers and Phillips, even though Biggers and Phillips have looked better than Grant. We got to be honest, right? But they're still middle round, late round picks. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of expectations on those young guys, but injuries are going to happen. It's football. That's why depth is so important in football, and Miami doesn't have the starters, much less the depth. It's a long list. Clelin Ferrell has barely been here, and he's already out. Jordan Brooks, why do I even need to see Jordan Brooks right now? And he got banged up. I don't need to see Jordan Brooks. I don't need to see Sealer. Need them for the regular season. That's what you need them for. Ben Sims, the Kevin Coleman kid. I love that kid, but right now he's a little slowed down by an injury. Juju Brents is not a guy that I'm going to count on, but they're trying to count on him because he's one of their better corners, yet he never stays healthy. Yeah, it's frustrating, but again, just be patient and try to find the bright spots individually. And I think if you do that, you'll be all right, man. You'll be all right, because a buddy of mine, reached out to me and goes, man, this could be, a tough season. I go, well, didn't you expect that? You got to be realistic about what's going on. I really am kind of disappointed about Mason Rieger, man. I was hoping he can stay healthy. It's just, you never know when that's going to happen with injured players. What do you do? Not take any chances on injured players? You never know. Sometimes some of these guys, they get lucky and they figure things out, or they get on a roll and they're not as injury prone as they were in the past. Sucks, man. I feel bad for Rieger because he can play, and I feel bad for the Dolphins because he can play and they could use him down the line, but he just cannot stay healthy. And that sucks for some players. You know that they have something in them that you say, hey, this guy's got the ability to play here, but he can't stay healthy. It's weird. By the way, our friends at Welt and Associates, Jeff Welt has been at this for a long, long time, baby. Over 20 years, direct attorney access, clear communication, results is what you're going to get with Jeff Welt. They've been at this for a long time. Plus, they've been our sponsors for 7 years. Personal injury, car accidents, truck accidents, property insurance claims, hurricane damage, roof damage. We are in hurricane season, so save that number because, a squall comes in and a bunch of rain, and all of a sudden flooding, and it causes problems. 954-966-4646, busted pipe, maybe a neighbor's busted pipe, but it affects your condo. 954-966-4646. Save it on that cell phone because you just never know when you're going to need it. I hope you never need it. But stuff happens. Oh, and by the way, bankruptcy also, Chapter 7, 11, 13. This is happening a lot because it could easily happen to you and me. Things have become unaffordable, and it's not like our wages are keeping up with inflation right now. We're falling behind. So it's very understandable that many people are in that position. If you are, and maybe you need some debt relief options, some business debt options for you, they can help you out at Welt & Associates. 954-966-4646. And make sure you tell them that I sent you. They'll take care of you, man. They're really good people there at Welt & Associates. All right? Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Cash App or Venmo. Another spot where the Marlins fell short, their stadium. USA Today has got an article on ranking all Major League Baseball stadiums. I'm going to read to you what they wrote in the article, because actually the ballpark is not a bad ballpark. Not at all, dude. It's actually a nice ballpark. But when you've got a shitty owner and you've got a bad franchise, this is the stuff that happens. So just to kind of give you the rankings, Fenway Park, number 1, Wrigley 2, Dodger Stadium 3, Oracle Park, San Francisco 4, Kauffman Stadium, Kansas City 6, Angels Stadium 6, Kauffman Stadium is 5, Angel Stadium is 6, Coors Field 7, that's of course the Rockies, PNC Park, Pittsburgh 8, Citizen Park, Philadelphia 9, and Camden Yards in Baltimore is number 10. Miami is number 27. I'm not telling you it should be in the top 5 or 10 or something like that, but you could be a lot higher. Here's what it says. Season in use 15. There's no way to measure if the Marlins' terrible attendance numbers are a result of enduringly mediocre baseball or Miamians' enduring distaste over getting their pockets picked. They keep running the numbers in South Florida, and it keeps getting worse. Marlins Park, as it was known, will end up costing taxpayers more than $2.5 billion, thanks to partly a bond deal gone bad, just like our country. All this for a ballpark that rarely saves for the years the World Baseball Classic comes to town. Miami's glorious multicultural vibes overflowing before it all disappears when the hometown team shows up. They ripped out the home run structure, and it's pretty bland on a good day. Overall, a bad situation, save for the deal's architects, who either turned a nice profit selling the team and went on to podcast glory. $2.5 billion for that thing. That's what we're paying. Brett, we can't even handle the politicians locally. Think about nationally. Locally, these idiots gave away $2.5 billion of our money. And if you actually had a team and you actually cared and you put in money like the Moss brothers would have, you would have created a vibe. And I bet you would have been a lot higher than 27. Mind you, number 30 is the A's because they're playing in a AAA park. That one will move ahead of Miami soon because they'll get their baseball stadium in Vegas, and that will be a destination place for a lot of people. It's not so much about the A's, but it'll be about every team that goes to play the A's. It'll be in Vegas, and it'll be kind of like the Raiders or the hockey team. People will want to go see it because it's Vegas. Vegas, baby. Sucks to have a shitty owner, dude. Really does. Let's see. Big O, I took some profits for a new home and a down payment last October 25, but I lost my job. I bought Bitcoin with the funds, with the available funds from the down payment, and will wait until spring. That's it. You will be good. Was this loss for me or an eventual gain? If you hang, if you're thinking long term, you just stack and wait because it'll continue to explode. I don't know where you bought it. I don't know what price. You know what I mean? I don't have all the information there. But all I know is if you just hold and hold through time, it all goes up. That's all it ever does. And if you bought at 90 or 120 and it dropped here, and if you didn't keep buying, that's where you made the mistake. Because you had to lower your average from 90 or 120 down to 60, down to 65, down to 70. You have plenty of time. You've had months and months and months and months to lower your average. And then that way, all of a sudden, when it bounces, you're making more profits. That's how you play the game. Get the opportunity to lower it, lower it, lower it. That's what you do. Every opportunity that you get. I can only imagine how amazing Mike McDaniel and Justin Herbert are going to be. Oh man, yeah, dude, they're going to be so amazing. Big O, you supported Tua forever. He looks like hot garbage in Atlanta. Any regrets? None whatsoever. Why? I support the Dolphins. They're more hot garbage than anything else the last 40 years, my brother. What do you think about that? The Dolphins have been fucking it up for 45 years. You're worried about a couple of years of Tua? Seriously? Is that what you're overreacting on? Tua? Cam Cameron? No? Philbin? No? Gase? Back end of Shula? Jimmy Johnson, were you special? At least Tua led the league in passing. Did Ryan Tannehill ever do that? Led the league, I think, in yards, right, or touchdowns or something like that. Did anybody else do that except Marino? At least he accomplished something, bro. Can't do anything about it. It's a shitty franchise. Nobody wins here. Parcells didn't win here. Saban didn't win here. Jimmy didn't win here. None of them got shit. None of them did anything. So if you're worried only about Tua and you kind of missed out on the big picture that the Dolphins have been a disgrace for 45 years, you think it's a Tua thing? Come on, man. Come on. Let's go. Cleo Lemon. Yeah, exactly. Tim Zappa. Nice one. There you go. Cleo Lemon. John Beck. You worried about Tua, bro? Jim Druckenmiller. You worried about Tua? Come on, man. Plenty of contract extensions are terrible. So what? Ndamukong Suh's contract was terrible. Ryan Tannehill's extensions were terrible. We can go on and on and on and on and on and on and on talking about all kinds of extensions. Jabril Wilson. Let's go sign Mike Wallace. I mean, they're littered with, and by the way, a lot of those people didn't even accomplish anything. At least individually, they never led anything. Tua at least did something in the worst conditions. So, yeah, I wouldn't be worried so much about Tua. I'd be worried more about the Dolphins as a franchise completely than just Tua. Yeah. So, looks like someone is tuning into the show for the first time. How cute. Our Finns have been in football purgatory for decades now. This ain't new. I mean, yeah, Ted Ginn, right? Drafting Ted Ginn. Like, give me a break, dude. You know? Tua accomplished more than a lot of the draft picks that we talk about. Sammy Smith, how'd that go? How'd that one work out? I mean, it sounds. Problem is, some of you seem to have like either no memory whatsoever, because I can't even call it short-term memory. I'm going to call it no memory whatsoever. You seem to forget what franchise you root for. You seem to forget how garbage of a franchise is your favorite franchise, because it is flat out garbage. It's been garbage for a long time. Weird. It's really weird how some of you have that kind of lack of memory. Thinking, oh my God, this just started now or something. This is the first bad contract that they've given out. So, anyway, don't jump Jimmy J in those with the other bozo head coaches like Cam Cameron. Bro, Jimmy J told me that Larry Shannon would be as good as Randy Moss. He told me we were going to be special. Okay? That's what he told me. He told me we were going to be special. We weren't special. You know what I'm saying? All right. Let's see.
If you're looking to take your home or business to the next level, then RM Contractors can assist you. RM specializes in new residential turnkey, new commercial turnkey, home and office remodeling. Call them for free estimates. Serving all of South Florida, licensed and insured. Call Ray, 305-345-3649. You work hard to create the perfect atmosphere. You dream it, we'll build it. RM Contractors, 305-345-3649. Or Instagram at RMC Fisher Island.
There he is, the man, the myth, the legend. All right, Steve, how you feeling?
You good?
You gotta speak up into the mic there.
Big O.
Now tell me Steve sounds good. Okay, go ahead, speak up.
I don't know if I sound good, but
No, it's my technicalities. I hope I got it all good here.
I have some good message here.
You do. What do you got?
August 29th, we're giving away a black Mercedes convertible. Beautiful.
I know.
On the same day. So you like to play slots. You come in, you play slots, you have some entries, you've got a shot at, and you explain to your viewers that it's a real good shot. Because you have to be present to win, so that's a great thing. On the same day, I don't know if I've told you about this, the Moneymaker Tour. Moneymaker's a big brand in poker.
Okay.
And we're having the Road to Aruba tour. So here's how it works. On August 29th, you come in, it's a tournament, $150 buy-in, and you have a chance to win your trip to Aruba to have in the finals. And that final tournament is a $400,000 event. It's being held September 23rd to 27th. And the Moneymaker here accommodates brand. We pay for your entry fee. We pay for your a portion of up to $700 for your airfare. So it's a hell of an event.
Road to Aruba Satellite is August 29th. If you play slots, convertible on Saturday and 29th. If you play both, you can do both. It's even better.
Okay.
How's that for a
I like
day?
it.
How's that for not a bad day? Now, just so happens I'm not going to be here that day. Unfortunately, that's a very big day in the Jersey Steve Calabro days.
You're going to be with boating or something out in the...
No. I might not be boating. I don't know what I'm going to be doing, but I'm going to be turning another year older. It's my cumpleaños is on August 29th. Big birthday day.
Oh, really?
So I put 2 big promotions on my birthday.
Okay. So wait a minute. You scheduled the 2 birthdays,
2 promos,
and then wait a minute. You're not going to be here for your birthday to celebrate these big promotions.
It just
to
be honest with you, they just happened to happen. It was all because the calendar worked well. It was the last Saturday of the month. That's really all it was, and it happens to be my birthday. But so. We're just getting older.
Okay.
Getting older.
All right.
Man.
But you're going to be, what, like 21? You'll get to drink?
Yeah. I'm at an age now where for the last 8 years, all I do is read Social Security and Medicare articles. It's really bad, Like, nowhere, for your viewers that are like 59 and under, nobody reads those articles. You understand that? Nobody really reads those. And I remember when I was younger, you'd be like, why do they have so many articles about Medicare and Social Security benefits? And then, for the last 5 to 8 years, I've read, somewhere about 1,000 of them.
Jesus.
And basically, it's not enough.
Right.
And Medicare is too expensive and doesn't really cover everything. And you got to buy this, and that. They couldn't have made it more complicated. Medicare is great.
I'm dealing with some of that right now.
Yeah, so you have Plan A, and then there's Plan B, Plan G, Plan N, Plan F, Plan D. The only one that makes sense is Plan D. That's for drugs, prescription plan, right? It should be Plan P, but how about if it's just forget it about a letter? Just say the prescription plan,
right?
The doctor plan. Well, see, B is the doctors. It's like, what if the government said, let's create this healthcare program and make it as complicated as we can, so that older people, as they have no idea what the hell was going on. Yeah. So they've succeeded.
Yes,
they have succeeded very well.
It'll drive you crazy, is all I can tell you.
It's insane. It's insane. They
want to allow and not allow and all that kind of stuff.
But hey, it's a part of being a United States citizen in the greatest country of the world, I believe. But it is a little weird at times.
Yes,
it is a little weird at times.
Yeah, I'm getting a flavor of it now. So if I ever have to deal with it on my own, it'll be something else.
Well, so now that's talking about weird. Let's talk about the Miami Dolphins.
Yes.
Not the greatest showing in the first preseason, although it was minimal starters.
Right.
I mean,
but Willis looked good at least.
He did. He completed, 4 out of 5 or 3, whatever 4 out of 5.
The one he missed, the kid stepped out of bounds.
Yeah.
The one that made the incredible catch, Caleb Douglas.
Yeah. So it was. I mean, it was. Preseason. I don't know what the solution is. Should we have preseason the way it is now?
Down to 2 games.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, if you told me 0, I'd be okay.
Yeah, they're going to have to do some kind of preseason games because they have to do something before the season. But in order to get to the 18-game schedule, they'll take away that 3rd preseason game, and then you'll have 1 tune-up game. The other game will be the BS game. You'll have practices against those teams for a day or 2.
Yeah, like they're doing Atlanta. Yeah.
And then that'll get you ready for the season. And since it's 18 games, we're kind of used to like the first month of the season already kind of being like you and I grew up with like 4 preseason games. There was 6 back in the day. When you were a kid, there was 6.
Yeah. Well, wait. That's a dig. Now everybody knows I'm much older.
You're a little bit. You got me by a couple.
Now
years.
They try to reel it in.
You got me by a
couple of years. I got you by. You weren't even in high school when I was in high school.
Talk about our experience.
We had preseason games.
Yeah, we had I was a child that I couldn't go to those when they were 6, but when I was already old enough, it was already 4.
Yeah.
But then we also had all the practices against the teams for multiple days, and you'd go play the preseason game. You hear Sully now, or I'm sorry, Half talk about it. He goes, "Oh no, if I give a guy 40 plays now, 2 days later I can't play him in the game."
Yeah.
And back in the day, you were doing inside drill the entire week. You practice against a team, and then you also played the preseason game. And by the way, they used to play all the preseason games, and then it started to be like, oh well, that 4th preseason game, it's not so important, this and that, because that 4th preseason game used to be the dress rehearsal game, and then they pushed it back to number 3 to make number 4, and then it's gotten worse and worse and worse.
It's a little bit weird.
Where we're at now, it's impossible to tell what a team is going to look like.
Oh, yeah.
In the regular season. They don't hit enough. They don't tackle at all. There's nothing that really gives you a good feel for regular season play.
Chuck Bednarik,
Yes.
from the Philadelphia Eagles, played in every play in most games, like 90% of the plays. Championship game, he played in like every play, right? Offense and defense and special teams. In preseason, he played hard. Like he played, like it's a game. Yeah. Those days are done. And I guess they're done for common sense reasons. Too many people getting hurt.
Again, I'm a little young because I was a child. But in 1970, when the Jets won in 69, in 70, the first game back in the preseason, 6 games, was a game against the Giants.
First game back in the preseason,
not the regular season.
Wow, like it's August.
And I forgot the name of the running back, the white guy.
No, not Matt Snell.
No, the other guy. Well, he was
Don Maynard was the receiver.
Right. No, but there was another. I think it was a
white running
back that was there with him, with Snell, and they made a point to come back to play in that game because they wanted to stick it to the Giants.
Yeah, because we're the New York. We're the
real New York team. So you kind of remember what went on in those days? Because how old were you in 69?
No, in 69.
I'm freaking 3 years old.
You just set me up for
70. I'm 4.
All right. So 1969 was one of the most exciting years of my life.
Yeah, New York.
Okay.
The Mets and everything.
The Mets.
Right.
Landing on the moon.
Right.
The Jets, 19-point underdog. There was a lot of other crazy things.
How old were you then?
I was 11, 12.
So
11 and 12, yeah.
You know what the hell
I'm watching every game.
Right. So in 70, they wanted it so effing bad that they took that game like a regular season.
That's like the subway rivalry game.
And they throttled the Giants in that game because it was still the whole thing about the AFL proving themselves.
Yeah, AFL wasn't. They were
not disrespected. So that one guy, I think he retired after that game or something.
I don't know who the running back is. Boy, I have to look that one up.
There's like a Jet player that came back to play that game and then I think retired after that game.
After a preseason game. After winning the Super Bowl.
If somebody might remember who the hell I'm talking about, it's
69 was an amazing year.
That's how football was in those days. And I can tell you, even in I've been covering the beat for 37 years, but in my early days, I could tell I could tell you what the team was going to be like.
Yeah.
Because they would hit, they would tackle.
You can see
Johnson opened up every practice with an inside drill. The morning started, you stretched the first drill. There was no individuals. No. Inside drill, boys. Let's go. This is all 1 yard, 2 yard.
You know what today is? It's August 18th today, right? Today is I was looking at my account over the weekend, my season tickets to the Dolphins. Today is I had tickets to the practice today. So I had to make a decision, come to work or go to the Dolphins practice. I mean, it was
Emerson Boozer. I think that,
yeah, but he wasn't white.
He wasn't white?
No, Emerson Boozer.
So then it's not him. It's a white guy.
Emerson Boozer, I don't know.
Maybe he wasn't a linebacker. Maybe he was a middle linebacker. Maybe he was a running back. Maybe he was a linebacker. But I know that there's a specific Jet that put off his retirement to play in that game.
Preseason game.
Preseason
Because it was
game.
bragging rights. It was bragging rights. They probably lived in, one neighborhood over or something like that.
Yeah, those people played for the love of the game.
And that's when, so there's another thing too. Oh, my wife is big on this one. That's when the New York Jets were playing in Shea Stadium.
Right.
And the New York Giants played in Yankee Stadium.
Yes.
Now, I firmly believe, and I know that I might be biased, and, I don't know if I mentioned it to you, but I'm from New Jersey. The New York Giants should not be the New York Giants. They have been in New Jersey for 20 years. They practice in New Jersey. Half the team, 90% of the team lives in New Jersey. I don't want
Miami Gardens Dolphins.
No, you're right. You're right. But at least
they've been there since the late 80s.
Okay. But Miami Gardens, no, but at least Miami is in the word Miami. Oh, New is in New Jersey. No.
There's a North Bay Village in between. There's all kinds of neighborhoods in between Miami and Miami Gardens.
But I think
and
Jersey.
By the way, don't tell the people in Miami Gardens that because they are very prideful about Miami Gardens.
Well, listen.
They want to make sure that because Miami Gardens has all these sporting events now.
Jersey Jets goes well.
Like they want to be on the map. You know what I mean?
Miami, they're on the map for crime. Crime capital of the world.
Sporting events in South Florida, pretty much.
They do. I don't know. I just think that the Jets should be the Jersey Jets. I think it has a nice ring. The Jersey Giants.
You know what I name them? The New York Titans? Because that's what
they were. And I actually knew a player that played on the Titans. I worked in the casino industry with a gentleman by the name of Joe Pagliai. And I know Joe's son. Great people. I think Joe's still alive. I know Joe's son is still alive.
You know why they called it the Titans?
No.
Because the Titan is bigger than a giant.
Oh, I didn't know that. Well, so Joe Pagliai, get this, played for the New York Titans. Was it New York or New Jersey? It's probably New York Titans.
No, it was the New York Titans.
New York Titans, right?
No, it was the New York Titans.
And then he got traded to the Philadelphia Eagles.
Right.
So Joe Pags was a hell of a guy. He worked in the casino for a couple of years with him, and his son's a great guy. But so, how many people that watch your show can say that they knew a New York Titan?
Very few, I'm sure, or none. Overall,
back to the Dolphins.
We're running out of people that were around to know all that kind of stuff. It's like we're at the age where we're seeing people our age drop like flies, dude. I mean, shit, we just lost Hayden Panettiere, who's 36 years old. She's a baby still.
Well, Tommy John. Tommy John passed.
What's baseball without him?
Tommy John. Yeah, the surgery what are we going to call the surgery now?
What's the history of baseball without Tommy John?
Tommy John. He was only 83, though. I mean, that was. But that's when when you're getting old. When you use the adjective only in front of the age 83.
Yeah.
See, it's like for your 35 and 40-year-old viewers, they'll be like, only 83? What happened? Did Steve bump his head on the way down?
That dude is dead, isn't
he's gone. He should have been gone years ago.
By the way, the silver hairs are leading the nation in divorces.
Well, I did not know that. No.
Yes.
Why is that?
Actually, that because
are you saying I have silver hair? I say it's distinguished. I say it's distinguished.
People that are getting older, people are living longer now. So older couples are some of the top divorcees now.
They've had enough. It's funny.
And they're getting their diapers and their Pampers. And
get him out of here.
I'm off into the singles crowd.
Listen, you can't help me anymore. I need a younger man. Get out of here, pal. Silver singles. I did not know that. I don't need a silver single. I have a beautiful wife that is.
I'm with you. I'm good. I have no plans on going anywhere. But I read that and I was like, wow, that's like an odd group to lead in divorces.
What is the definition of a silver single? Over 60?
Over 55. I think
over 55. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And these are couples that have been together for a long time. So they've certainly. I know that the pandemic did that to a lot of people.
Yeah, yes.
Because they're married, but they work and they're not really together all the time.
My neighbor.
And then all of a sudden they were together all the time, and it's like, I don't really want to be with you anymore.
My neighbor got divorced, and she came over one day. I said, "Maureen, what happened? You guys getting divorced?" She said, "Yeah, we didn't survive COVID."
That was very common.
Yeah, that was a weird one. At any rate, so what are you thinking? I want to ask you this question because I just asked this question of a couple of friends this morning. Are you still, or what are you, with the over/under of 4.5 for the Dolphins?
No, that's a gimme. It's such a layup to take the under.
The under.
Oh my God! Yeah,
I think it's the over.
No, they'll win 1 or 2.
I think
games.
they're going to win more than 1 or 2.
Maybe 3, but 1 or 2.
Do you realize how pitiful a team is when they go 5-12?
You realize they're using 38% of their cap.
No, I understand that. They got no money.
So young, you realize they have no depth whatsoever. And look at how many injuries they have now. And they haven't played an entire week, an entire game of football for 4 quarters where they legitimately have to hit for 4 quarters. I don't think people realize the team last year had more talent and won 7 games. The team that went 1-15 under Cam Cameron had a bunch of veterans on that team. And they fought hard and they played a lot of close games. This is a whole bunch of young and inexperienced dudes that have never played together. There's no chemistry.
You're on the under.
I disagree with you wholeheartedly. I just think there's so many of you that it's
wishful thinking.
It's just you don't want to suffer a 1 or 2 win season or a 0 win season or even a 3-win season.
Wait, you're talking a possibility of a 0-win season.
Yes, it could possibly happen.
Oh, no.
I think they'll win one of the Jet games because the Jets are so bad. I don't think they'll beat the Raiders, actually. But
Raiders are bad.
Yeah, but they.
Kirk Cousins is going to start, though, right?
Yeah, of course. They'll be better than Miami right now. They're better than Miami. They have more players than Miami right now. So I just kind of – I just think it's that you don't want to suffer. So you try to convince yourself that it's going to be a little bit better than what it really is. And I just think that – and it's normal. I think it's human nature. I think I'm the twisted one that'll just say, yeah, bro, this is what's going to happen, unfortunately.
So, well, look, you might be right, but that's the and I haven't put my money where my mouth is.
Playoffs last year, and I said, bro, that ain't happening.
The
bad season, and it happens.
It's going to be. So, who else is bad that we play? Cincinnati, they're going to be decent. They're not. Cincinnati's not going to have a defense. So
but their offense
is going to be powerful.
Our defense, we have no secondary.
Oh, it could be.
And we don't even know if we have a pass rush.
Right, so Cincinnati's better than us.
Even if Chop develops, if it's only Chop, then you just double him.
And game's over.
Else, you know what I'm saying?
Chargers should be decent. They
should all be better than Miami.
I'm talking about the teams we're playing. Some of those weird teams.
It's really like the Raiders and the 2 Jet games.
Indianapolis, though, we could beat Indianapolis.
That's what we said last year.
No, I know. And then you went there. You cursed it. You went to that bar and you cursed it.
We lost the year before, too.
Oh, so we're consistent.
No, last year I didn't go. That was 2 years ago.
2 years ago?
And that's the day I said fire Mike McDaniel.
That's when it was.
Day I said you have to fire Mike McDaniel, and they refused to. And the rest is history.
But Indy is pretty bad, right? Especially without if Jones is hurt.
They're better than us.
No, but without Jones, they're not.
No, they have Jones.
No, but he gets hurt every 5 games. He gets hurt.
But they're still better than us.
Yeah, who else?
They all are better than us.
Patriots and the Bills. Those are gimmies, right? Now, Tom, I'm going to leave with this because I have to run. But Tommy D, I noticed that I've converted you to a Tommy DeVito fan, and I think this is a step in the right direction. Talking about the Patriots, Vrabel likes DeVito. He says he's progressing well. And do you know how much money Tommy DeVito has made in the NFL so far?
Probably 25 million.
No, 10 million. 10 million.
Oh, 10 million.
10 million.
Okay. No,
But-
because the backups make 6, 7, 8, 9 million.
No, but he hasn't had a big contract yet. Giants kind of abused him, and then Patriots abused. Everybody kind of is taking advantage of him because he's cheap. And he, you know what he is? He's inexpensive, and he knows how to run practice for the second team. That's what he knows. That's his skill set. Somebody's got to take the ball on the B team in practice. And so, what made you a Tommy DeVito fan? Because you sent me something.
Oh, I just saw it. I thought about you. By the way, look, Patriots, Bills, Chargers, Packers, Bears, Broncos, Jets, Bills, Colts, Lions, Patriots, Jets, Bengals, Vikings, Dolphins, Niners, Raiders.
I think the Raiders and
That's
the
it,
Vikings, the Vikings and the Raiders, we have a chance.
The Vikings?
Yeah, come on.
The Vikings.
They're not going to be good this year.
They're not going to be a playoff team, but Flo's defense alone.
That's right. I forgot that he's going to know us.
And their offense is
He's going to be motivated.
With Kyler Murray, they should score 15, 20 points. Kevin O'Connell is an incredible
Great coach. He's my favorite coach in the NFL.
We don't even know if we have a good coach yet. He sounds great. I like him, but I gave you the inflections on the 3 games. The Jets and the Raiders. That's it. None of the other games are
I might have to change my vote.
Talent-wise,
for my bet.
None of them are winnable.
Yeah, right now we're underdog in all 17 of those games.
Well, I don't know about the Raiders.
The betting.
Yeah, the Raiders are already, but the 2 Jet games, I don't know how that'll work out. But yeah, they'll be an underdog in all the games, and talent-wise, they don't compare to any of these teams.
Now, I was going to leave after I mentioned Tommy DeVito, but I'm going to say.
I just want to remind you because have you made the bet yet?
No.
On that Hialeah app yet?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
But now I'm worried. Now I have to.
Bet the under.
So that's a tough bet to make, though.
And that's why I can't make the bet. That's why I tell everybody, I'll give you my advice. I'll give you my opinion.
Just a
like
tough.
Last year, take the under, but I didn't bet the under. I can't sit there
and root against.
Be rooting against the Dolphins.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
I'll tell you the Dolphins suck, and I'll tell you they're going to lose this game, but I will not sit there and want them to lose.
No, to win a bet.
I will not be rooting against the Dolphins. I will be rooting for them to win every game possible, even though I know they won't.
All right, just let's say I'm going to lay this out. I'll leave you with this.
Yes.
And you're going to, as I walk away, you're like, I don't know. Steve's lost his mind. He doesn't.
Well, I told you that we've been talking about that with the Dolphins, where I've told you just watch the individual stuff. Be excited about the improvements of individuals. That's the excitement of this season.
Okay, but let's just lay out this scenario. The coach, Heffley, is, let's just say, oh my God, he's amazing. On field, he has some amazing skill.
Okay.
That's not, to be determined, but let's just say
let's hope so.
8 games into it, we're like, wow, this guy's unbelievable. And we've won 2 games that we shouldn't have won, And Malik has this dual threat where he's hitting, 2 of the receivers are stepping up. A tight end is actually working in the offense. Well, there's an idea. and then they
actually throw to big receivers now. They throw fade patterns to big receivers.
And Malik is got like, he's got like not Lamar Jackson rushing numbers, but really good rushing numbers. Like, and you're on the air saying, no, Steve, he only has 300 yards this year, but like 250 of it were critical yards in third down or something like that. Let's just say that happens, and 2 of the receivers, whoever they are, step up. HN has a good running game. Wow, what's really quietly good? Our defense isn't that good, but the offensive line is good.
Right.
But the defense is adequate. Now, all of a sudden, we could be 2-6. And then next we're 3-9. And next we're 5-12.
You know that there must have been like weed being pumped in through
to his office area.
There in the office. Like,
Did you have
some gummies or something?
Somebody gave me a brownie. They said it's a special brownie. I don't know if I don't know what that meant. It was It had walnuts in it and some other ingredient.
I hope you're right, dude. I hope
It's possible.
I hope they're able to shock the hell out of us and all that. It's just the mathematics of it just don't jive.
No, do you understand? 5-12 is the definition of shocking the hell out of us.
Yes.
You know, for you, you're on the 3 or 4 win, right?
I would be very impressed with Hialeah if he wins 5 games.
Yeah.
Super impressed.
6-11 would be amazing.
But the beauty is, if he only wins 1 or 2, I will be in complete understanding.
All right, so if he wins 1 or 2, do you take Archie?
So are you going to be mad if they only win 2 games?
No, I'll be sad. Not mad. Sad. I'll be sad.
But you'll understand, right?
I will understand. And I'll be coming here. It will be December. Like, all right, Big O, you were right. I'm sorry. Yeah, we're 1-13 and blah, blah, blah. But last thing. This is the third time I said last thing. Do you take Arch Manning? Let's just think about it. Let's just go ahead.
If Malik doesn't convince.
Malik is below average. You know.
No, hell yeah.
You take Arch Manning.
Well, did he have a good season?
He's not the Heisman Trophy winner, but he had a good season.
Mean anything.
I know.
If he had a great season, I'm taking him. If he threw a bunch of interceptions and he looked terrible and all that.
No, he. Let's say he had
then I have to pass on him.
On a scale of 1 to 10, he had a 7.5.
No, if the kid was awesome this year, I'm taking.
And you're banking your career. You're banking your franchise on one player.
You have to. You have no choice.
Yeah, I think so.
We're never in that position. Now they're in that position. Take the kid, dude. You're never in that position to take the guy.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, they tried to do that years ago, except they forgot to sit down with Flo and at the beginning. Hey, we're tanking this year, right, guy? You understand that, right? You lose. But they didn't. They never had that conversation.
Well, they might have. He just didn't listen.
And then later on, hey, you're going to lose. What do you mean lose? No. I coach to win every game. Then they got themselves in a shit.
I don't
think about that.
I know
How do you
that.
hire the guy and not tell him what
It's not Flo's problem. It's not Flo's mistake.
No, I don't blame Flo for him being Flo.
Hey, I'm trying to win games.
I get it, but I also blame him for being kind of stupid because these guys are smart.
Yeah, but you know what? I don't think.
No. Let me explain. These guys are smart. Half and so. It's our first year. This is our mulligan year, dude.
Yeah, they get a mulligan. I get it.
This is your mulligan. So let's take the entire cap hit now. Let's take the
winless hit, or the bad schedule.
We don't win a game or we win 1 or 2 games. It don't matter because people are expecting that. But then with Flo, you go crazy. You win 5 games in that first year, and all of a sudden now you don't even have the weapons, and now you're already building up hope for next year. And you're setting yourself up for failure already, and you didn't get Joe Burrow. You ended up getting the injury-prone guy because they wanted Joe Burrow. They were trying to tank for Joe Burrow.
But say what you say about Flo, though. He's back in the NFL, and he's a
defensive coach.
He is a great defensive coach.
He's just a jerk.
He's a little bit of a hard ass. No, I don't know if he was a jerk. He was a hard. Look, I don't think Ross was nice to him. I think it was the chemistry was bad both ways.
No Belichick guy has succeeded, bro.
Well,
they all failed.
Well, including Belichick now.
They all failed.
Yeah.
Judge, Daniels,
No. See, they fail at the head coach.
They fail as a head coach.
McDaniel.
No, they're all great assistants.
Yeah, they are their position, their offense or defense.
But my point is, they get the job as head coach, and they're all jerks, and they all fail. Patricia, who dressed like a slob, had a pencil in his hair. All the time tells a reporter to sit straight or whatever, and it's like, yo, bro, you're in a jumpsuit every day. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Like, get out of here. And Judge also, all these guys, the big wide guy from Kansas, right? And came there. He got a head coaching job, and he failed to at Notre Dame. He was an offensive guy, the offensive coordinator. Every one of his guys, every one of his guys that fell from that tree, they're all horrible.
No, he's on the radio sometimes.
Yes, he's on the radio.
Yes,
and he's a coach.
And he's from New Jersey, I think.
Yes. And you would
What
remember that.
begins with a W. Begins with a W.
Somebody remember the big wide dude that played that coached over in.
Yeah, I listened to that. He's on Sirius. He's on Sirius sometimes.
Yes, he does a nice job.
Yeah, he does a good job of from a coach's standpoint.
I've had him on my show.
Yeah, we just don't. We just can't. He's so memorable. We forget his name, and he's from New Jersey.
Yeah, I'm forgetting his damn name now.
Anyhow.
Anyway,
all right. So
they all fail. They all fail. All those guys fail.
But they're good.
So they're good
assistant, offensive, defensive coordinators, maybe position coaches.
I'll remember on my way home driving.
Tom, no.
Out of nowhere, it'll come to me.
White. What? Begins with a W, I think.
Charlie Weiss.
What? Charlie Weiss. I told you it begins with a W. I told you it begins with a W. Charlie Weiss. Charlie Weiss. Yes.
Nice job, David. Thank you.
All right. Well, anyhow,
all right, my brother.
Be good.
And remember, come on out here. Every time you play one of the slot machines, you get an entry to try to win a Mercedes-Benz. And if you're here live on that Saturday night at 1 a.m., well, less people are here to win that car because all month long, thousands of people are playing. Thousands don't show up. So your percentage goes up to win the car. So come on out here.
It's not a bad car either. A black convertible Mercedes. Oh, it's nice. It's nice. I drove it. It's very nice. Oh, it's really nice. Yeah, I mean, you need a convertible as that second or third car. Yeah. I only have one, but not that I have a second and third car. But
I can't afford a second insurance. Is it a second car?
Adios. Take care.
There he is, the man, the myth, the legend that is Steve Caliber.
Come on in to Toyota of Hollywood, where curiosity and extraordinary deals await you. Your golden ticket buys a 2025 Corolla, not $26,000, $17,988. And we've got sweet deals with 0% financing for 72 months, 0 down. Enter our world of wonder, and we'll show you why we're the #1 volume Toyota dealer. Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
Right, we are back. We appreciate you all out there. Don't forget Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Cash App or Venmo. I guess I got the mic stuff fixed. Everything went well with Steve. Looks like we figured it out there. Weird. Who knew I was using the wrong browser? For the one mic works great with any browser, but all of a sudden, certain browsers, when you use the second mic, there are certain things you cannot overcome, and you live, you learn. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad it all worked out. Thank you out there for helping me out on it too. All right. Dolphins are so poor they may have to play lunch ladies at tackle. Yeah. Give Steve a blind ass fan alert. That's, you know what? That would have been good. The only thing is he doesn't get to see it because he's on the other side of the table and he doesn't have the screen in front of him. So he doesn't get to live the experience of the blind ass fan alert. You know what I'm saying? But that would have been the idea. That would have been the perfect one. Yeah. Yeah. And listen, like Steve, I see a lot of you out there. Okay? And it's human nature. Who the hell wants their football team to not win a game or one game or two games? Nobody wants to go through that shit. We're going to watch 17 games and they're not going to win one, maybe one or two. Yeah, that's not fun. I totally get it. But that's not what I do here. I get paid to be objective and to tell you the truth on what's going on, what I see. There's plenty of shows out there that are fanboys and fangirls, and, they'll try to spin everything into I just spin everything into what it is, reality. Good or bad. I don't give a shit what it is. That's how I'm going to call it. And so, yeah, I'll be the guy to tell you, I think this is going to be a great season, or I think it's going to be a shitty season. Either way, does not matter. But I get it. It's human nature. Who wants it? Nobody wants to think or sit there or root for a bad season. You've got to be pretty twisted to do something like that. So I totally understand it. You know what? Let me. We have not done any music today, and on the 18th, we need to get to some birthdays today and find out who was born on the 18th. Musicians, politicians, actors, you name it, famous people born on the 18th. We start off. Oh, that is fantastic. I love when I do this. Always screw it up. That part. I saved the wrong page. I zigged when I was supposed to zag. What can I tell you? All right, here we go. Famous people born today on the 18th, and we start off with Eric Schrade, Irish-American rapper, House of Pain, born in 1969. Dan Peters from the Mudhoney's, born in 1967. Rod Streichert from Men at Work, born in 1957. Marvin Isley from the Isley Brothers, born in 1953. Patrick Swayze, rest in peace, lost him in 2009, born in 1952 on this date. John Rees, also of Men at Work, born in 1951. So two of the guys born on the same date. Dennis Elliott, drummer with Foreigner, born in 1950. Nigel Griggs from Split Enz, bassist. And born in 1949, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that. Let's see who else is celebrating birthdays. Johnny Preston, born in 1930. Now we move over to other famous people. Remember, if I don't give you an age, that means, unfortunately, they have passed away. Would be nice if the damn page shows up. All right, here we go. Little technical snafu here. All right, let's see what we got now. All right, here we go. Now we're back on track, finally. Entrepreneur Max Factor, born in 1904. Actress Shelley Winters, born in 1920. Filmmaker Roman Polanski, born in 1933. He's still with us. He's 93. Baseball Hall of Fame member Roberto Clemente, born in 1934. Actor Robert Redford, born in 1936. Well, the real natural and then the acting natural, right? Because you will say Clemente is the natural, and then Robert Redford is the acting natural. Actor Martin Mull, born in 1943. Mull that one over. Actor Dennis Leary, born in 1957. He's 69. Actress Madeline Stowe, born in 1958. She's 68. TV journalist Bob Woodruff, born in 1961, 65. Musician Masta Killa from Wu-Tang Clan, born in 1969. He's 57. Actor Edward Norton, born in 1969. He's 57. Actor Christian Slater, born in 1969. He's 57. Actor Malcolm Jamal Warner, born in 1970. We just lost a man, what was it, like 2 years ago to a swimming incident? He was trying to save somebody. Very sad. Actress Caitlin Olsen, born in 1975, 51. Actor Andy Samberg, born in 1978, 48. Musician Mika, born in 1983, 43. Musician G Dragon from Big Bang, born in 1988, 38. And actress Josephine Langford, born in 1997, 29. Those are famous people born on the 18th. Now we move over to what happened today on the 18th in music history. And we start off with Mick Jagger was accidentally shot in the hand during filming of Ned Kelly in Australia. The film was dogged by problems. Jagger's girlfriend at the time, Marianne Faithfull, had gone to Australia to play the lead female role, Ned's sister Maggie, but the Jagger-Faithfull relationship was breaking up, and she took an overdose of sleeping tablets soon after arrival in Sydney, which resulted in Faithfull being hospitalized in a coma and eventually pulling out of the film. I can't imagine why. In 73, Diana Ross scored her second U.S. #1 single with Touch Me in the Morning. The song marked the turning point in her career, coming immediately after Academy Award nomination Best Actress in her acting debut of Lady Sings the Blues. In 75, Hall & Oates released her fourth studio album, Daryl Hall and John Oates, and it features Sarah Smile. In 79, Chic went to #1 on the U.S. singles charts with Good Times, the group's second U.S. #1 and #5 hit in the U.K. The song is ranked 229 on Rolling Stone's list of the 500 greatest songs of all time and has become one of the most sampled tunes in music history, most notably in hip-hop music. In 92, Kurt Cobain and Courtney Love became parents, giving birth to a daughter, Frances Bean Cobain, that is. In 98, Kid Rock released his fourth studio album, Devil Without a Cause, and it features Cowboy. In 98, Korn released their third studio album, Follow the Leader, and it features Freak on a Leash. In 2008, Stereolab released their ninth studio album, Chemical Chords, and it features Tree Women. In 2017, Grizzly Bear released their fifth studio album, Painted Ruins, and it features Morning Sound. And in 2020, Jack Sherman died at the age of 64 of a heart attack at his home in Savannah, Georgia. He's best known as the second guitarist to have joined the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Between Slovak's departure and return, he played on their debut album, and he co-wrote much of the second album, Freaky Style. Other people born on this date that weren't on that list: Cisco Houston, a folk singer, born today in 1918. Let's see, anybody else? Looks like all of them were on the list. Oh, that's it. And that's what happened today in music history. Thank you out there, as always. Appreciate you. All right. What else do we have to talk about on the show? Let's see. I've been talking about something for a long time on this show, and I said that the NFL, when it's all said and done, will be worldwide, and you'll have teams. And I've mentioned this, that I would have a team in Paris, in Berlin, in Barcelona, in London. Okay, those four. And then what I would have is a central practice field there in Europe where visiting teams can go, where you have a hotel, practice facility. You can also have kind of like an NFL experience that can be open year-round, and a little mini Hall of Fame or something so people can get educated on it. You can create all of that so that way visiting teams come in and they're able to fly or train wherever they have to go to visit, to go do their jobs, in other words, right? In Europe. And you would have a division. That's what you would do. You don't do just one team because the travel would be killer. You do 4 teams. So that way
There are 6 games within the year that you're going to play right on your continent, so you don't have to worry. You don't have to leave. And then the other 12 games, you will have to travel. And you do the same thing in the U.S. You have a central site where the European teams can go to come, and what they'll do is they stay here for 2 or 3 weeks, and they play 2 or 3 games, and then they go back. Is what they do, and probably have a bye week or something. Stuff like that. That's what you end up doing with those kind of teams, and you make it kind of more palatable. Well, Roger Goodell was doing an interview with a German station, and it said, at some point, there will be teams outside the USA. I have no doubt that this will happen one day, Goodell told Marcus Kuhn in an interview with German broadcaster RTL. There are definitely international cities that could host something like that, Goodell said, but we would like to see an NFL team in such a city first. And it's been proven in a lot of the cities that I talked about. All those cities that I talked about could easily host NFL games. That would not be a problem. But logistically, you have to make it, easier for people to get it done. And that's what I've talked about this for 10 years on my show, that the NFL should go to Europe, but in not one team or two, a division is what you expand. You're not going to do it all in 1 year because the expansion would be brutal. You'll do it over a couple of years, obviously, 2 and 2 probably, but you got to build a division. So that way it's easier for them to a certain degree when it comes to within the division to settle that. And then, you're traveling, but it's not so bad because once you stay here, you're here for several weeks and you can play a few games and you get a little bit more, accommodated. And same thing for the teams that are here in this country. They'll go there for 2 weeks and play a couple of teams and then come back, things like that. They can do things like that. The Jags can go there and stay for 3 weeks or 4, since they're kind of inherited by London in a certain way. So I thought that was a cool story and the inevitable. I don't know what part of my life, first of all, I hope I'm around for it, but I would imagine that kind of European expansion happens in the next 20 years. I would say in the next 10 to 20, that stuff develops. It's a layup. It's a revenue stream that they haven't taken it. They've already milked every revenue stream there is here already. With all the platforms and everything else, they're done. I don't know what else do you want. There really aren't that many more cities to expand to. The next thing is to take it international. And there are plenty of cities there in Europe that you've already tested, and you could easily have plenty of success. And by the way, down the line, you just never know. A team that does not make it, well, it looks like the Jags are, with what they're building, they're probably going to stay there. But if there's another team that shows up that has issues financially, that could be a team that could be moved too. You never know. I mean, there should be a team, in Mexico, or, you could do something like that. Canada, why not? That would be cool. Although I know the whole CFL thing, but why not, man? That would be actually really cool if you can do that. And that logistically is not a problem at all. That's not a big thing for travel purposes. Because if you go from Seattle to Miami, whatever, dude. You're going from San Diego out to Boston or something, Buffalo, whatever. Yeah. That's a mission in itself too, By the way, today is August 18th. It is day number 19,210 since the Miami Dolphins were world champions. Day number 8,993 since the Canes were national champions. And day number 4,806 since the Miami Heat
were world champions. I don't think I had mentioned that all show long. So appreciate all of you out there. Thank you all out there for tuning in. Thank you all out there for hitting the like button and making a donation, visiting our sponsors. We appreciate you all out there. We tomorrow will be at Subaru of Pembroke Pines, starting off at 11 a.m. And we'll have some fun. We'll have a guest on with us too. Appreciate all of you out there. We'll see you tomorrow. We thank Steve Calabro. We thank Mr. Brunetti. We thank all the great people out here, Michael Golden, awesome people out here at Hialeah Park, always making it happen. See you all tomorrow, same time, same place, same bat channel.